Okay, look, I finally do this reading because, okay, this is called my check-in. I don't like saying spread, that just sounds wrong. Ain't nobody spreading for nobody. This is my read, my check-in read, okay? So, another thing about this deck is that it is, I mean, there's like the face value of a card, but then there's always some kind of parable or analogy or something going on in it. So, of course, that means I gotta take all these mad notes. Because okay, but if I don't look it up, then I miss what the actual point of the reading is. So, now, I know what it looks like, but I know what the reading looks like it's gonna say. And then, whenever I actually read it with the parable and shit that goes with it, it's a whole other reading. Even though it's the same reading, but like Seven of Swords doesn't mean what it means in the usual deck. But I guess it's a hangman situation where you see it a different way, I guess. Anyway, so now, and I also hate having to read out of the book because I think that looks so unprofessional, but the basis of the whole reading, and I'm not writing all that stuff, okay? So, why didn't I just open that up? Because I'm unorganized. That's why. So just hush more now. Alright, so this is the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck. General theme or a carryover, or it's the storyline that we're going to pick up on. And it's just some random shit playing on the background. Don't worry about it. It was just whatever music was offered on whatever. Because I was about to listen to Peppermint's little reading. And then she said, there's a group of dudes. I was like, oh, okay, hold on. Fine, I'll just read mine. Because I don't need a review. I know where you're at. And I'm sick of getting the same 4 cards. And that's the thing with these cards. Once I have laid them down in one of the 2 of the spreads I do with these cards, because you can't be getting every card like you can with the other decks, because it's already, each card says like a freaking chapter in a book. It's all long. Anyway, so I gotta read this long thing. 4 Wands. Alright, 4 men clasp hands in a pact of friendship and the first foundation of a secret society is made. The man in blue represents medieval inhabitants of towns near the sea. The dark man in red is a gypsy from a warm climate, while the freckled man in yellow is from northern countries. The man in white represents the meeting of all colors and alchemically the passages to a new triad. All 4 wear earrings. The garland of leaves tied by red ribbons to 4 stakes is formed of the products of their lands: wheat, palm, acorn, shamrock, and laurel. Divinatory meanings: romance, society, harmony, newly acquired prosperity, peace, tranquility, the fruits of labor, a rest after strife. So, now, another big cheat that I learned is to see the karmic's point of view. I just turned the freaking board over completely, like one of those Lazy Susans. Somebody out there is dating a Lazy Susan. Just a pass around. Everybody at the table gets a turn, right? Anyway, we're not talking about horse right now. We're talking about words. I don't remember what. Anyway, there are these four dudes. And if I was going to take a bet, I bet that they think that they're in some sort of order of the dragons. And they think that they are going to alchemically, by combining the powers of all their racist little beliefs, that they can make bitches behave. And in fact, they can train them to behave and somehow attempt to be some kind of mind control sorcerer. But I could be wrong. But I'm sure there is an order of a dragon that some little wannabe wizards have joined, thinking that it will make them, they think they're going to be Andrew Tate, which is not any kind of order you should be attaining, because look what happened to him. He's a butt plug in Romania. I don't know. This dude's just doing whatever. Oh no, now I'm going to start. Whoever I tallied is very, it makes me, jittery. Because I was just fine a minute ago. Anyway, so some Order of the Dragon wannabe wizards over here. This is Rasputin. So some kind of offer or arrival approaches. But be careful who you accept from whoever comes in riding on this horse's ass. So here is the soapbox preacher. Notice that the soapbox preacher, this dude in red, once again, here is the yellow dude, the guy in blue. Now, this is a woman in blue. And do you see her paying someone under this soapbox preacher's nose? And that is a specific character. Is that Faustus? I don't know, but she's pretending that she is totally in vibe with this soapbox preacher. Let's see, what is that? And it is a lesson, 7 of Wands. Soapbox preacher, woman pays a masked man under his nose. I don't really want to read the whole thing, but in the third position, this is the Lovers, 15th century something, Chiron, the centaur of Sagittarius, the sign of free choice. He thinks he's going to influence somebody else's free choice. And he sees it as, I'm going to make her so sad. Now, look at who that is. Well, that's a scribe. That's a divine scribe. In particular from Kabbalah, as evidenced by the tree of life that is carved into the back of that chair. So Metatron, apparently, and then somebody tried to spill someone else's cup, and they tried to outcast somebody. This Three of Swords, this is speaking more of a prodigal son. Somebody's setting off on a fool's errand. He thinks it's a fool's journey, but it's an errand. It's a fool's errand. And see how there's that pig right there? Pearls before swine. And he is, in his mind, he's been cast away. But really, it's time for you to leave the nest. But either way, it just flips around on him. Really kind of funny. So here we are with whatever is being developed. And this is the choice of free will, actually. Because it's not really about lovers or choices in love. This is about choosing vice over virtue. Somebody counted on someone turning to virtue, or somebody counted on someone turning to vice, and instead they turned to virtue. The prodigal son. Here's Metatron. Here is someone's free will. And then the next is Three of Wands, and this is overcoming insurmountable odds. Once again, here are these four fools still climbing this mountain over here. And how foolish, I was already at the top the whole time. But regardless. So this is a passion of somebody's, is to make someone feel miserable. But in my case, it's kind of like I record all that makes one miserable. Oh no, somebody just severely overestimated their ability to influence others' free choices. And now, a talent. This is a talent that other people either admire of me or that is coming around or merging. It is the blood sacrifice, the sacrificial lamb, as well as the occult law. Now, for all their occultic mastery, they forgot occult law number 1. As above, so below. And as below, so above. So they thought that they were influencing other people's free will. But as you can see, they're still climbing. And you know that analogy I like to use about the dung beetle and how they roll the same turds over and over, but then drop the ball right as they get to the top. And up they go again, rolling that same duty ball up the same molehill, only to drop the ball at the last moment and have to do it all over again. That's also one of Dante's levels of misery and hell. And also, was that Hercules? Who was it that tried to pull a fast one on the god of the underworld? All he got was to roll a giant rock up the same hill every day for eternity, to drop that rock at the last moment and have to do it all over again. Huh. And somebody did that to themselves. While my ding-a-ling ass has been staring out a window. Huh. Because here, that's the thing about being a spiritual master or guru, or actually being a spiritual genius. You don't have to try. You just are. I mean, you don't see Yoda. He's like, do or do not. There is no try. So if you have to try, then by default. Anyway, so now that we're done talking about the yahoos, the spiritual retards over... Yeah, and I said spiritual retards. These are some spiritually retarded men who thought that they could tame the shrew. He was teaching them all how to get your women to do what you want them to do, while you can do whatever you want to do. Meanwhile, this woman that acts like she is, buying his shit is actually paying someone. Huh. So here they are rolling the same duty balls. So this 7 of Swords, this is interesting. I thought this was gonna be like, what's emerging from this whole thing is, you know, what actually happened or I don't know what I was expecting. But we've got the Doodoo Dragons. We got the Order of the Doodoo Dragons up here. They're just rolling the same turds over and over the same hill. Wherever. But whatever they tried to sacrifice ended up sacrificing them. And they didn't count on that. And they don't even see that they're rolling the same doo-doo balls. They really don't. They think that they're doing it to others. But sometimes the beef is imaginary. And sometimes it's just a doo-doo ball. So, this is interesting. And it's like, I hate having to like read shit. But like, there was no way I could take notes and act like I wasn't reading the notes at all, so I could be like so hella smart. So I'm gonna be like easy cheesy Kathy over here and just reading out of a book see what I get for like talking shit about people reading out of books. Now look at me. Look at me now. Reading out of a book. I know, see, this is why I try to just shut the fuck up. This is why I don't like doing these readings, because I don't like having to tell people about themselves. Because while I'm doing it, I end up getting told about myself too. So, Spirit's like, yo, before you start thinking you all Jesus over here, hypocrite. And I'm like, I know, right? Anyway, Seven of Swords, an alchemist who has already found immortality. Oh, like I said, while they're rolling the same doo-doo ball. Well, because, like, a girl accidentally, like, beat them at their own game. A stupid female. Just like, Andrew Tate got taken down by that little girl. Oh yeah, email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.org, right? It's always whenever you try to talk shit to a little girl. An alchemist who has already found immortality performs the operation in which 7 colors of the rainbow can be seen, as symbolized by the rainbow and the raven. The man is so old that he has lost all of his hair, and his features suggest those of an ancient child. The raven flies away with the golden ring, and the harpies at the hilt of the sword turn the 7 colors into poisonous vapors. Well, in that tale, they accidentally kill themselves with their own vapors. And by the way, these 7 hilts with 7 harpies or 7 shrews. Macbeth, see that? But 7 shrews. I think it's this some kind of witch coven cult called 7 Sisters, and they think that they're magical witches. Is that what they think they're doing? And they think if they all get together and pee into a cup, they will thus be able to control and capture their man. Kind of funny that they're both so busy. They're so busy setting traps that they fall in their own traps. That's the thing about whenever you try to be a spiritual, like, badass or a spiritual, like, Dr. Demento, you just end up, like, getting your own self. And because it's what you put out is what you get back. Either way. And, like, I just don't know what these 7 sisters, the 7 sisters of urine, and we got the Doodoo Dragon Bandits over here. Like, these are not, like, Okay, you're cartoon, like, y'all are cartoon villains. What the hell were y'all thinking? Now look, I took all y'all's, like, nasty poo, and your nasty little poo, and your nasty little pee, like, piss bottles, or whatever it is you guys make. I mean, while y'all were making that, like, doo-doo juice, I was, like, making, like, some fucking gnarly ass, like, peyote tea and shit. And all y'all have been doing is providing cover so I can create some badassery. Because I think what it is was these magical doo-doo bandits over here and these you can pee on me bitches over here. Like, I think that they accidentally got each other. That's crazy. Because they were trying to mess with other people's free will or free choices. And all they did was kill each other off. And meanwhile, like, Metatron is just, I guess, taking notes in this. For me, it's kind of like, see how this person who's been outcasted just threw these pearls. Well, they call them acorns, but, you know, if I were reading pictures like a child, it would be kind of like, well, these are some seeds I threw, I guess, and they were pearls before swine, but well, remember, like, the other one started off with the, like, 7 of seeds, and I guess 3 of those seeds were wasted, but I guess 4 of them were good. I don't know. But this was such a stupid contest, you guys. Like, what the hell? And I mean, y'all were listening to Rasputin. Okay, do we know about Rasputin? Because of Rasputin, the entire kingdom of Russia collapsed because of bad advice. You got advice from Rasputin. Look at that poor fucking, look at that ass right there, just hobbling over there. And look, Rasputin got off of that horse and just started preaching, and y'all was like listening, and this woman was pretending to listen, but really she was underhanded paying some shit. And I think that woman in blue, that is one of these, like, 7 saucy bitches over here. And I'm so glad every day that I got rid of that lisp, because saying 7 sisters would be, like, so horrible for me right now. Thank you, God, for providing dental surgery to get rid of that lisp, so that now I can make fun of these 7 sisters without sounding like an idiot. That's all I can ask for in life.